Like the video and subscribe right now, and Seal Papa will let you pet him. My 8th grader wants to date a goth girl and I'm highly concerned. As a Christian woman, I do not believe future mothers should be worshipping the devil. I'm afraid for my son, but he really likes her. What should I do? My husband and I are traveling overseas. We plan on flying business class and having our 2 toddlers in coach with the nanny. Has anyone ever done this? How did it go? Can I go back to coach area and be with the kids if they cry or need me? Baby number 2 at 15 with one almost 2-year-old. Give me all the tips and tricks please. She probably has a stockpile of toilet paper from 2020 she's trying to sell too, for duck's sake. Formula purge. My daughter had a baby in March, so with help from family members we all sort out her formula and had it on auto ship. Recently she's having to be put on a more sensitive formula. Nothing has been opened. Selling everything for what I paid. Photos and availability in comments. You can do everything right and still fail. My son got a face tat. Go ahead and bottle feed. It doesn't matter. Gender disappointment is a real thing. Trust me, you're not missing out. I have never changed my son's diaper, and I have never given my son a bath because I find male genitalia revolting, and I can't imagine having to clean that area, penis, and scrotum. My husband has to do all of that. I just can't. It's gross. I will examine a child if I have to for work, but I don't like it. You've been blessed with a daughter. You can hold them and play with them in ways you can't hold and play boys because again, boys' privates are just so gross. I just can't bond with my son. Even tonight he tried to sit on my lap and my husband knows I don't like it, so took him off me right away. But gender disappointment is real. You aren't alone. Shrek's selective abortion is huge. I would have terminated if I had known I was having a boy. I was told I was having a girl and seriously considered adoption. Not suggesting you terminate, but want you to know you are definitely not alone. From my experience, I would suggest speaking with a social worker. I did, but it didn't help me personally, but I have friends who felt supported when they experienced similar feelings for sure. It's super common. A good friend of mine was a disaster right before Christmas when she found out the fetus was a boy. She ended up having an abortion and is now pregnant with a girl. Not everyone is able to accept what they don't want. Your friend is definitely not alone. Him or wish him harm by any means, but I'm literally repulsed by the idea of having him close to me. My therapist said I'm not alone and many women feel this way about their sons. Fortunately he has his dad and our families. I'm hoping my feelings will change once he's older. I know it sounds weird, but it's literally the whole private area thing. I don't want him climbing on me because I don't want to feel that area anywhere near me, and it's just kind of there. I'm hoping once he gets to be about 6 or 7 and is much more self-sufficient and can do things for himself like bathe and shower, we will be closer. How do I convince my cousin who is dead set on a home birth to not do an at-home circumcision? Her husband is a dog breeder who crops ears and docks tails, so she thinks that he should be able to perform a circumcision just fine. This makes me very nervous for the baby. She believes it is fine, so I will be showing her these replies to prove to her that no, the duck, it is not. Holy shit. Please be a ducking joke. My daughter is 9 months old. I'm so frustrated. Her cognitive level is like a 5 months old. The only words she has said is ma or mom. Basically only MMMs. She doesn't mimic. She doesn't grasp anything I teach her. She doesn't try any syllables, not even GGGs or DDDs. I've taught her sign language since 4 months old, and she still won't grasp it. I'm exhausted from having to guess every day what this child needs. It's beyond exhausting. She just won't use her words and proceeds to throw fits when I can't figure out what she wants in that moment. How much melatonin are you giving your 4-month-olds? My son keeps waking up at night, so he needs to start melatonin. I think he has a sleep disorder, but I can't find the proper dose. Why would you give melatonin to a 4-month-old? Because he's not sleeping at night. Melatonin is for that. They are not supposed to sleep all night. I'm Gen X, and I have a huge problem with how I'm left carrying the weight for millennials. For example, I'm 42 and my daughter is 22. She decided a while ago she does not want any kids. She's actually getting a procedure for sterilization next year. But those souls needing to come into our family for ancestral or karmic reasons still need to be born. So I'm stuck birthing and raising 2 babies who should have been born to her, but can't be, because she's too selfish to have kids. We joke how my 1.5-year-old girl, her sibling, is actually hers, but she just didn't want to have it. But deep down, it's not a joke. If she wasn't so selfish, I wouldn't have a toddler daughter right now. Please tell me that post was a joke and you are not naming your daughter Tragedy. Oh, I am. See, the word tragedy has been used as a demeaning and offensive insult towards creative mothers, and I'm sick of people on Facebook calling me that slur. So my baby girl is reclaiming it, and Tragedian is her real name. I don't want to hear about it from someone like you. Okay. Second question. How is it pronounced? Just like tragedy. Oh. My son turns 5 at the end of this year, so I have to enroll him in school. The school has just told me I can't come and breastfeed him at recess and lunch. I don't know what to do. I feel like they're discriminating against me. Second time this year has skipped. She thinks she's a big girl, and I'm about to show her why mommy is still in charge. So there I'm minding my business smoking my cigarette, and I say hello to a man, probably officer, walking by to be nice. He just looks at me and shakes his head. Keeps walking, looks back, shakes his head again. Do you have something to say? Is it the tattoos, the fact I'm pregnant, and smoking, all the above? Or are you just a douche? Please explain yourself so I can politely correct you. Pretty sure my 2 doctors are aware I'm smoking, as I have with all my babies. Not because I'm a bad mom, but because I smoke instead of trying to quit and stress myself and body out while carrying. I just continue to do what I normally would. So please go be irritated at something else. My friend recently had a C-section and she is over the moon about her baby, but how do I tell her that she's not a mum because she didn't give birth? You're not a real mum unless you gave vaginal birth to it. Obsessed with this woman who recently free birthed in the ocean. Hi, I need opinions. My husband, who is my kid's stepfather, just asked my 18-year-old daughter to cut the back of his hair. I got a little horrified and told him no. I don't know. The thought of her being in the bathroom with him getting that close with a shaver seems just too intimate. He's acting like I'm crazy. I told him that's something that his wife should be doing. He said, well, you hate cutting my hair, which I do. What do you all think? So our neighbor called Child Protective Services because she thinks that my kid should be in school. CPS said to me, you work with children. You should know that they thrive on consistent schedules. I agreed that my kid is at school due ages 12 months to 18 months, but that my own children, ages 13 and 8, are more like me and fly by the seat of their pants. Is there anything official that I can share that states that kids don't have to live by routines? Updated, they took our kids away and are making them go to school. Sadly, we have had CPS called in the past because of my 13-year-old daughter's mental health issues and some things that happened before we got her regulated. The mental health issues that were partly caused by school and bullying. My husband hasn't addressed his alcohol abuse, and with that, on top of unschooling, and the fact that I helped my daughter get through an anxious night by giving her something that is only legal for adults, they decided that we were unfit. Now we fight to get them back, and I will go up against the system. I used to want a job with CPS because I thought that I could help kids, but I would never consider it now. Spray bottle full of water. As horrible as this is going to sound, I've done it. My family refused to listen to me when I said to stop kissing my son, so I bought a spray bottle, filled it with water, and started spraying them. It's a bit unconventional, but I assure you it works. Is it weird to still be nursing my 54-month-old? They're almost 55 months old, if that makes a difference. When should I stop? Why are you still counting age in months? On vacation, Our 11-year-old son is in the same room as us. We thought he was asleep, and he wasn't. We kept it quiet, and he didn't see anything. We knew he was awake when he said, "Guys, I'm awake." Dang. That's embarrassing. Can autism come from a baby falling off a bed a few times as an infant 5 to 8 months? Why would you give baby the opportunity to fall off the bed multiple times? Like if it happens once, maybe don't leave the baby on the bed. Anyone here think their child is younger than what they say? She just turned a year old. My husband and my mom have been saying for months she seems younger. She isn't crawling/walking. No top teeth. She just seems younger. She is super chunky though. 32 pounds. Picture of my sweet girl. Ladies, is there a 24-hour place I can leave my kids? I want to go out of country for 10 days and finances are not allowing us to travel together. Anonymous mama question. Is it wrong of me to let my 10-year-old be Jeffrey Dahmer for Halloween? She is into all the creepy things and always has been. She watched the documentary with me and told me that's who she wanted to be for Halloween, but my husband thinks it's too much. I disagree because people are Leatherface, and he was just as bad. Thoughts? I'm almost 7 months pregnant with our first child, a little girl. I've been fighting with my husband because he doesn't like the name I've picked out. I want to name her Tinderly because we met on Tinder a little over a year ago. The site helped me find my true love, and I think the name is perfect. My husband thinks it's embarrassing and doesn't want people to know we met there. How can I convince him how special this name is to me? Plus I'm a little hurt that he is embarrassed by the way we came together in this world. I'm exhausted and need to sleep, but I keep refreshing this page for the comments. I'm sorry. What? Not sure if this can be asked or not, but how do you mamas shave your downstairs when you are 8.5 months pregnant? I can't see it, and I had to resort to asking my 3.5-year-old. She's mature for her age, but she was not enthusiastic about my request. Baby Dahmer. Can someone please tell me what the appendix does? I'm in the peds emergency department and they were going to call CPS because I will not consent to their educated guess to remove my daughter's appendix. Any knowledge or support would be very much appreciated. Oh my heart. This one asked for booby at bedtime tonight, having not boobed for a few days. Just before he latched on, he shared these words of wisdom with me. Booby is not actually just milk. It's a device that moves your love into me and my love into you. Joshua, aged 6 years and 5 months. So yesterday I had to run to the grocery store for some medicine, but my 3-year-old was napping, so I told my 4-year-old to watch him while I was gone. Anyways, my husband was so mad at me because we live on the main highway and such. My question is, does he have a right to be mad at me? P.S. Everything was fine when I got home. I was only gone for 1 hour. What can I do to make sure my baby is on the smaller side? My first was 6 pounds 14 ounces and I just love tiny babies. I'm afraid my second might be bigger. Yikes. I don't want big chubby baby. Nothing bigger than 7 pounds at least. Is there something I can do to ensure this kid won't be too big? Here are my maternity photos I promised to share. I wasn't stung once. The queen is tethered to my belly inside of a cage. We just dumped the bees on me and they naturally began to beard. I was terrified as I'm allergic. Whelps that last 4 weeks. Don't worry, this was approved by my doc, but it was worth it. This is roughly 10,000 bees. Featured comment. CJR. I have no dank comment. I just want to tell everyone who can see this comment, you are all nice people. Don't change yourself.